Hello and welcome to Personal Injury Today, where we touch on the top topics that attorneys need to know to understand their clients' cases better and to reach a fair settlement. Today, we are going to talk about rebuttal reports. What are they? When do we need them? And we have an expert, Dr. Brad Poppie, with us to dispel the myths. We are here today with Dr. Brad Poppie. We're going to talk about rebuttal reports and all there needs to know about them. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us what type of report needs a rebuttal report?
In personal injury, literally every report every report can and will have some sort of rebuttal. Because whether you're on the plaintiff side or defense side, that person's going to have their opinion on whatever they're opining on. Whether it's an IME report, a functional capacity evaluation, a life care plan, a vocational earnings capacity report. The author of that report, that's their opinion. And they have to stand by that. They sign the report, it's their report. But there's always another side or another way to look at it, okay? And that's the beauty behind it, really, is having other opinions. And that's where any of these reports have the ability to have a rebuttal. I've seen it. I've done numerous rebuttal reports. I've seen other, colleagues of mine that had to do them across the board. Because at the end of the day, in trial, it comes down to a battle of the experts.
Your opinion versus theirs.
Your opinion versus theirs. And how well can you relay that opinion to the jury?
Thank you for that. Before we dive deeper into this topic, I do want to remind you all that if this information is valuable and you're seeing how you can apply it to your client's cases as an attorney, definitely like this video, share it, and subscribe. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up, share with another attorney, with your client, and then subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification for updates on all of the new content that Dr. Poppie is going to be putting out over the course of the next several months. So in diving a little bit deeper in this topic, can you give us an example where you've created a rebuttal report and how that helped your client and their clients in the case?
There's many that come to mind, but I guess one particular, I was retained by plaintiff and the other life care planner was retained by defense. And in this particular instance, the defense hired the life care planner to do a life care plan based on all the information that they had within their medical records. So they looked at the causation, all the medical treatment, what the patient's going to need, et cetera, and they formulated a life care plan. And then I was able to view that based on the personal injury attorney that retained me. And he said, hey, we think we might need a rebuttal report. What do you think? So then, of course, this is where it's like tennis. It's like they hit the ball over to my side of the fence, and I have to now opine on that report. And do I think it's valid and fair? Okay. So after I review all the medical records, examine the patient, go through all my methodology to basically formulate a life care plan, I noticed so many things that were, in my opinion, wrong with the life care plan and not fair. Okay. Things like they never called any treating doctor. They only used past medical records to determine their opinion. Well, in life care planning world, if those medical records are anywhere past 6 months old, those are archaic and null and void, okay? So it's imperative calling the medical doctors or the rehab professionals, whoever that may be, to get updated info. So guess what? I got on the phone with these people and got vastly different recommendations than this person used on the defense counsel, okay, because they weren't up to date. I had up to date information. as well as their costing was not even in the same geographic geome in that person's town and where they would be getting treatment. So those difference in costs. So there was a lot of discrepancies between theirs and mine. And at the end of the day, I did a rebuttal report and we were able to get the case settled. We came to common ground. We both have different opinions. And that's kind of, again, in this realm, in the personal injury realm, it happens. And again, at the end of the day, it comes down to who can best showcase their opinion in trial. It's a battle of the experts.
Right. That's a great example. And so in this case, you had a rebuttal report and you were able to settle. Are there situations where attorneys go into court without a rebuttal report? What does that scenario look like, and how common is that?
It is common, and it's unfortunate, and it could be because the attorney didn't want to have too many recent rebuttals or recent opinions. They wanted to maybe surprise the opposing counsel with what they were going to bring to the table, or they couldn't get in the rebuttal report before disclosures were due. There's many, reasons, but there's times when it's like, gosh, I really wish I could have done a rebuttal report, or gosh, it would have been nice if opposing IME doc could have really done a rebuttal report. That would be very valuable. But for whatever reason, it doesn't get in. It's not in the case. Now, not that they can't call those experts and they're going to opine on it, but they don't have a rebuttal report in hand. Yeah.
What do you say to the personal injury attorneys that are watching right now, and they're kind of thinking, oh, I have a case coming up. Is this something I should consider? What can they do? How can they reach out to you and maybe just chat through some of the thoughts that they're having?
Yeah. Call. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid. Again, what you don't know can and will hurt you. And again,
and your client.
At the end of the day, you're doing a disservice to your client. So even if it's a 2-minute phone call, hey, here's what we got. What do you think? I'll give you my opinion. If I can add value and help, great. And if I was like, there's nothing, I can't add any value, great. Either way, just call and just learn. I can at least advise you on my opinion and what I think might be helpful.
That's wonderful. So Dr. Brad Poppie is the founder at Injury Reporting Consultants and helps attorneys just like you as far as resolving personal injury cases using evidence-based medical analysis and reporting. So definitely reach out, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And if you have a specific question for Dr. Poppie that you think others would benefit from the answer to, go ahead and throw that in the comments section. We'd love to answer that question, and we'd also love to create an episode focused just on that. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time.